I feel like something weird is going on between my best friend and my husband. I don't know if I'm making things up in my head or if their actions are actually suspicious, so I just need some opinions. My husband Ethan and I have been married for 4 years. We're both in our early 30s and we have been so happily married so far. He is a great guy and I know that he loves me a lot. In fact, the only time I've ever actually caught him lying is little white lies to protect my feelings. That I know of, he's never lied about anything big. He's never had any ill intentions behind a lie. It's just been little things to protect me. And my best friend Lena, we were roommates in college and we've been so close ever since. We're basically sisters. So here's the thing about Lena. She was in a 3-year long-term relationship, very, very serious, and they broke up a few months ago. Her ex was insecure and controlling, and the one thing I could never quite get my head around, which is now coming back to haunt me, is the fact that he hated Ethan. He hated Lena being anywhere near Ethan, and I never understood it. None of us understood it, apparently. But even if we were at a party with loads of other people, he would hate it if Ethan was there because he was in a close proximity with Lena, and it just made no sense. Anyway, after the breakup, Lena and I got even closer. We were always out together and Ethan was always tagging along. It was the 3 of us and it was comfortable. Him and Lena got on so well and I was never suspicious. It just felt normal and natural and I was happy with it. I actually remember her once saying to me, if you ever meet another man like Ethan, you have to set me up straight away. That didn't even set alarm bells ringing. I just thought, yeah, I will. Then we get to the night in question, which happened a few weeks ago. We had booked a concert, the 3 of us, and it was Ethan's favourite band. And on the morning of the concert, I woke up and I felt rough. I felt so ill. I actually got a doctor's appointment that same day. And they had given me medication. There was no way I was going to this concert. So Ethan wanted to cancel and reschedule. I said no, I don't want you to miss it. You and Lena still go. I actually phoned up another friend who was also free and she said she could go. Her and Ethan also got on very well. Everybody was comfortable with this situation. They went to the concert and I stayed home. And all 3 of them were sending me pictures all night. Major green flags. I had nothing to worry about. I knew the concert was finishing at 11 p.m, so I expected Ethan, after he'd dropped the girls home because he's just that kind of guy, I expected him to be home around 12:30. But because of the medication I was taking, I fell asleep much earlier than that. So you can imagine my surprise when I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning in an empty bed. I went downstairs and he wasn't there. So I checked my WhatsApp to see when his last message was. It was 11 p.m. He told me he was dropping the girls home and then coming directly home. Exactly what I expected. So where the hell was he? As I'm looking at our WhatsApp messages, I see his headlights appear in our front drive. And I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I didn't just wait for him to come through the door and ask him, did you have a nice night? Where the hell you been? Instead, I ran back upstairs. I jumped in bed and I pretended to be asleep. I think I wanted him to offer me the information without feeling like he had to give it. The guy didn't come upstairs. He didn't come upstairs. And I then didn't feel like I could go back downstairs. I needed to wait until it was a reasonable time for me to wake up. So I laid there, wide awake, sweating with panic and confusion for 3 hours. I waited until 6 a.m. and then I went downstairs. He was asleep on the sofa, fully clothed. So I woke him up. Did you have a good night? What time did you get in? He said he had a great night. And he got in about 12:30. Now, I know what you're thinking at this point. I said, no, you didn't. I was standing in the front room at 3 o'clock when you pulled up. Obviously, that's what I said. I didn't really know what Didn't actually know what I was accusing him of outside of coming home late and lying about it. And I felt like if I gave everything away then and there, if I showed all of my cards and told him all of the information that I know, which I know isn't a lot at this point, but that gives him and possibly her the opportunity to hide things, to cover things up, to stop things, and then I never find out. So I said nothing, and I made a decision then and there to do some digging. So naturally, I've been trying to get them both in the same room together. I need to observe their behaviours around each other. And let me tell you, it has been impossible. Both of them have all the excuses under the sun when I invite them to be with each other. It doesn't matter what way round I try and do it. If I'm going out with Lena, where Ethan would normally be coming with us, he's got an excuse. If I invite Lena round, where I'm at home with Ethan, she's got an excuse. Neither of them ever used to have excuses. It just doesn't make any sense. So then we get to last weekend. We were invited to a party. They were in the same room together. I was watching. That's pretty much all I did at this party. I was just watching them. They didn't speak. They didn't even look at each other. The only time they went near each other is when one was already standing in the kitchen and the other went to get a drink. They didn't even look at each other. But I now have a plan. Tomorrow night, me and Lena are going for a meal. / tomorrow night, me and Ethan are going for a meal. They don't know that each other's going to be there. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, if one of them gets up and walks away, I've got my answer straight away. Something happened, right? But if they don't, then I finally have an evening where I can observe. I will, of course, update you, so watch out for part 2.